Hey all, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. So today will be a Palindrome Sudoku on the channel, and this Sudoku was created by Eduard Libo, and this was posted in the Daily League Facebook group, a group where handcrafted Sudokus are posted by excellent authors from across the world. I'll add the link to the group in the description of the video. You can check out the group, and if you're interested in Sudokus, become a member of the group. And you might have noticed that this is a change from our schedule. We have been posting a lot of classic Sudokus. So I thought let's take a deviation and post something different because too much of anything might get a little bit boring. So I thought of doing this palindrome Sudoku for you guys. So let us start this Sudoku now. The rules are simple. Each row, column and box contains digits 1 to 9, and each of these gray lines that you see on the grid are palindromes. They will read the same from both directions. So for example, if you look at this point and if this digit contains a 2, then this point which is at the other extreme will also be a 2, and if this is a 3, then the second cell from that line will also be a 3. Of course they can't be 2 3, but it's just an example to show. So the palindromes will read the same from either direction. So those are the rules. The link to solve the Sudoku is given in the description of the video. Please do give it a shot and come back and watch the video. So let us start the Sudoku now. Okay, nice pattern 1 to 9 across the diagonal and a few givens I think to make it unique. Okay, so the one thing you can see is 3 cannot be in these 3 cells, which means that the other cells at the other end of the palindrome cannot be a 3, right? These 3 cannot take a 3. So which means that 3 must go in one of these cells, and one of these 2 cells would have to take a 3. So this 6 is on a palindrome, but it's not of much use because it is the third cell from either direction and it is the middle cell basically. So you cannot replicate a middle cell. This is not helping us. So 7 is in row 7 and it cannot be in these 3 cells, which means these 3 cells cannot take a 7. So 7 goes here and one of these 2 cells will take a 7. Okay, so 8 is not in these 3 cells, and which means these 3 cells cannot take 8. So 8 goes here and 8 goes in these 3 cells, right? 8 can be eliminated from here because you can quickly see that this cell cannot take an 8. So 8 is in one of these 2 cells. The next thing I can do is, okay, one is in column 1, column 2 and one is in row 6, which means that one is in one of these 2 cells. So if this cell is a 1, the third cell from the other direction would have to be a 1, and I don't see any problem with that. So both these cells can take 1 for now. Okay, 7 is not in column 7, 7 is not in row 4, so 7 goes in these 3 cells, and this cell can't take a 7 because the other end of the palindrome cannot be a 7. So 7 goes in these 2 cells and that gives a 7 here. A nice start to the Sudoku. So which means that the second cell from this direction would have to be a 7. And which means 7 goes here and 7 goes here, all using classic. And 7 gets removed from here. So 7 in box 5 cannot be here, cannot be here. So it has basically 3 cells, 3 possible cells. And the second cell cannot be a 7 because 7 is ruled out here. So 7 has 2 options. Okay, so 6 is not in column 2 and 6 cannot be in the second cell because the second cell cannot be a 6 here. So which means that I can place the 6 in one of these cells and narrow down the 6 to one of these cells, right? 6 cannot be in row 6. So that gives a 1-6 pair. That is really nice. So which means that this cell is 1 or 6. So this basically means this is 1 or 6. Okay, so this cell is reduced in possibilities. It cannot be 1 3 6 7. So this would have to be 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, which means that this cell has to be 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, but 4 and 8 are ruled out, so that's 2, 5, 9, and this would be a 2, 5, 9. And this cell can't be 5, 6, 7, 1 and 8, so 2, 3, 4 and 9. And this would be 2, 3, 4, 9 as well, but 4 is ruled out, so that's 2, 3, 9, and that would be 2, 3 and 9. So now I'm slowly looking at the palindromes and trying to see cells which have limited possibilities, 1, 7, 2, 3 and 6. So this would be 4, 5, 8, 9. So which means this will also be 4, 5, 8, 9, but 4, 5 are clearly ruled out. So this is 8, 9 and that's 8, 9. So the second cell, if you look at, cannot be 1, 2, 3, 7, and 4, 5, 6 also is also ruled out. So this cell has to be 8 and 9. That's nice, guys. So we got an 8, 9 pair here, and we have an 8, 9 pair here. This is really beautiful. So which means that these three cells must be 4, 5, 6. 6 is not here, 5 is not here. Okay. So we can place the 6 now, guys, in box 8. 6 cannot be here, and 6 cannot be in these two cells, as that would force a 6 here, which means 6 is in these two cells, but because of this 6 we get the 6 here and the 8 here, and which means 6 must be in one of these two cells. 6 is easily ruled out from here because this can't be a 6, so which means that's a 6, that's a 6 because of palindrome, which means this is a 1, and 1 goes in one of these two cells, and that gives 6 in one of these two cells using classic. And 6 cannot, actually it has to go here because you have a 6 here, right? So that would be a 6. And one more small thing is digits may repeat on a palindrome, provided normal rules are not violated. Digits can repeat on the palindrome. Okay, and that allows us to place our final 6 in the grid. 6 in column 9 has only one cell left, so that would be a 6. And 1 will go in one of these two cells because 1 cannot be here and 1 cannot be here. So 1 has two options. Oh, we can place the 1, guys, because 1 in box 8 has 3 cells left, so that eliminates the 1 from here, which gives us a 1 here, which gives us 1 in one of these two cells. Okay, so 5 in box 2 has limited options because 5 is in one of these two cells, and which means 5 is in one of these two cells. 5 cannot be in row 1 column 5, so 5 goes here. 5 goes in one of these two cells using classic. So this is really good, guys, a very nice deduction. So you'll notice that in rows 8 and 9, 5 is restricted in one of these 6 cells, right? And similarly 5 is in one of these two cells. So in row 7, 5 has to go in these 3 cells. There is no other cell left for the 5, which means due to the palindrome property, 5 has to be in one of these 3 cells. Of course this cell cannot be a 5 because of this 5, so this is not a 5. So because of the 5 being here, so we get the 5 here. A really nice deduction. So now the remaining digits may be pencil marked 2, 3, 4. So 5 in box 6 has 2 cells left, these 2 cells. And if I look at this cell particularly, it cannot be 5, 6, it cannot be 1, 7, 8. So this would have to be 2, 3, 4, 9, which means this would have to be 2, 3, 4, 9, but this cannot be a 2. So that would be 3, 4, 9, and that would be 3, 4, and 9. Okay, I can place the 6 right. That was a simple miss. 6 goes here, so that's not 6. 4 5 pair. Okay, 3 6 7 4 and 5. So the remaining digits are 1 2 8 and 9. 1 and 9 cannot go here, so that's a 2 8, which means that this end is a 2 8, right? So 2 8 2 8, and you can be sure that this cannot be a 2, so which means that's 8, and that gives a 9 here and 8 here. Superb, guys, a wonderful Sudoku. So this is not a 9, which means this cell is not a 9. So 2 and 5. 5 7 8 2 6 9. In row 2 the remaining digits are 1 3 4. So this is 1 3 4, which means this is a 1 3 4, that's 1 3 4, and that's 1 3 4. 3 can be eliminated from here using classic. I mean this cell, row 3 column 7 cannot take a 3, so which means this is not 3, and these two cells must be 2 9, and that allows us to resolve that immediately. So that's 9, that's 2, and row 1 can be completed now. So this is 3 4 5. 5 is ruled out here, so this is 1 now because of 3 4 being here. So this is 1, that's 1, so this becomes a 3 4. And we can complete this box. This becomes 2 9. Okay, using palindrome we can fill this end of the line. So that's 8 and that's 9. 8 9 6, 8 9 6. So this is getting satisfied, and similarly 8 7 1, and it reads the same in the other direction, 8 7 1. Okay, so 9 is ruled out from here. This is not 9, so that's not 9. 2 3 2 3, and 1 can be placed here using classic because 1 cannot go here. So 1 4 5 9 6 and 8. So the remaining digits are 2 3 and 7. 7 is ruled out from here. This is 2 3. Okay, 4 is ruled out from here. 3 5. So we have a triplet, guys. Beautiful. So in column 1, if you see, we have a triplet of 3 5 2 3 and 2 5 in rows 1 7 and 8. So this means this is not 2 3, so that's 7. So that's 2 3 6. Okay, you have 2 3 pair again now. But before that, let's not jump. Let us just finish this column. In column 1 we can place the 1, and the 7 can be placed as well. Okay, because of this 2 3, this can be resolved. So that's 9, that's 2. Oops, sorry, that is actually 2 and that is actually 9. 1 9 2 3 6 7 8. So which means this is a 4 or a 5, and that's a 4 or 5. And because this is 4 5, so this end has to be 4 or 5. And this cell for column 5 has to be 3 or 4. 9 is not there, and now 9 has only one cell left in that column. So this is 9, which means that becomes 9. So let us revisit this row. 2 3 6 1 5 9, and 7 goes here for the row, which means these two cells form a 4 8 pair, and 8 in column 7 has only one cell left. 8 cannot go here, so which means that this has to be 8. So let us look at this box. 1 6 7 4 and 8. 2 3 5 9 are the remaining digits, and this cannot be 2 or 9, so this would have to be 3 or 5. And okay, I can place the 3, right? 3 has only one cell in that column, so that's a 3. And this cannot be 8 because of the 8 here, so that's a 4. That is 5, that is 4, that's 8. And this being a 4, so this would have to be 5, which means this is 2. Oops, this is 2, that is 3. Sorry, so this is 3, and which means that because of this being a 3, so this is a 3, that's a 2, that's a 3. And now we can reproduce the palindrome here. So 5 9 2 5 9 2, this is 4, that's 3, that's 5, that's 4. So 1 3 4 6 7 and 8, so 5 is here, so that's a 5, which means these two cells will be 2 9. That becomes 3 for the column, so that becomes 8, that becomes a 4, that would have to be a 3, which means this is 4, that is 3. The Sudoku is getting quickly over now, so this has to be 4 and 2, and this has to be a 9. 1 3 7 9 6 and 8, so this would have to be a 5, that has to be 2, that has to be 4, and that has to be 2 and 9. And with that, we have completed this really nice construction by Edward Lebo, an excellent palindrome Sudoku which had some meaty deductions all through the solve. A wonderful solve to summarize the Sudoku. If you guys enjoyed watching me solve the Sudoku, please let us know your thoughts in comments, and do remember to subscribe to the channel, which will help us keep going on a consistent basis. Take care, you guys. We hope to see you soon with a video. Bye bye.